Good morning again, guys. All right, so I was making this morning's video and rewatching it, make sure it had sound and everything like that. And I made a comment in there that I thought was worth a video of itself and something to think about. Something that a lot of us probably put into play a little bit, but don't even realize we are, and maybe we need to up our game a little bit. And that was rationing. Okay. You know, we've talked many times, long time ago, about you know, the World War II rations and milk and butter and eggs and cheese and, you know, whatever, sugar, whole 9 yards. And you probably do some of it now. Okay. I mean, I think of myself when I make a cup of coffee in the morning. Okay. I use my coffee grounds twice. Second cup's a little weaker than the first cup, but my coffee lasts twice as long. I'm not throwing out something that's perfectly good, all right? You know, you think of Mrs. P, for example, Russian, okay? Drinks a lot of tea, hot tea. Use a tea bag twice, okay? Or use the loose leaf tea leaves twice. You start thinking about, in an SHTF situation, how important rationing is going to be. Because regardless of how much you have stored, okay, I don't care if you've got 6 months, a year, 1, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years worth of stuff, whatever it is, eventually you're going to run out. Like I always say, you know, you got a year's worth of stuff stored. What are you doing on day 366? Okay, this is it. So we are going to have to become pros at rationing what we have. You only grew so many tomatoes. You may look at your garden and go, holy crap, I got a lot of tomatoes this year. I've said that myself. I got buku tomatoes. But it's still a finite number of tomatoes I have. And will I still have tomatoes by midsummer next year when I'm starting to harvest again? Hopefully I still have some tomato sauce or whatever, but I'm certainly not going to have fresh tomatoes or potatoes or anything like that. So you're going to need to learn how to ration. Now, think about it. With food, maybe that's not super difficult. You're making a pot of spaghetti tonight. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but we make our spaghetti sauce, and when we make spaghetti sauce, we add a pound of ground beef to it, and there's dinner. Okay. In SHTF, maybe we're adding half a pound of ground beef. Maybe we're adding none, okay? Maybe there's some time we decide, hey, this is going to be a meatless meal. I'm going to go back. You start going back to the country folk, if you will, you know, let's say 1800s, 1900s, whatever it would be. Meat used to be something you ate on Sunday. That was it. Monday through Saturday, you were eating vegetables, you know, or fruits or something along the lines that you grew. Meat was 1 day a week. You know, you think about the typical American diet right now. I'm not saying fast food or anything like that, but for the past 60, 70 years, we've very much become a meat and potatoes society. You know, you have meat with every meal, you have potatoes with every meal, probably have vegetables with every meal. You know, you have that, your plate, your, you know, meat, potatoes, vegetables, your little triangle, your food pyramid, whatever you want to be. That's not going to happen in an SHTF situation because meat is going to be at a premium. No matter how much you have stored, no matter how much you raise, you know, because again, most people, let's use chickens, for example. Most people, when they raise chickens, keep a whole flock of hens, not a lot of roosters. Why? Egg production, okay? Well, if you keep the roosters, that's what you're probably eating for your chicken dinner. Because every time you cull a hen, that's less eggs you get, you know. Again, this is coming into rationing. Think about anything else. Soap. Can you make soap? I hope so, because if you can't, you're going to need to ration it, because eventually you are going to run out of the soap that you bought at the store. And then you stink, and then if you're not clean, you invite disease. Okay? I mean, there's something right there. You talk about gasoline. Probably a lot of us are rationing gasoline already. Okay, you see one of the reasons why gas prices have dropped about $1 a gallon here in the last month is not because Joe did a great job. It's because people decided, I ain't driving as much. Do I really need to go to the store? Can I carpool? Whatever. Saving on gas somehow. So again, if demand goes down, then the prices have to come down as well to get people to buy it again. That's exactly where we are there. So people are already starting to ration gasoline. Think about your electricity. Okay, I'll give you this one. When the grid goes down, okay, when there is no turn on the light switch and there's power, which we all take for granted. I mean, you get up in the morning, you walk in the bathroom, you're like, flip. Your hand automatically knows where that is. You are still in a complete daze until you brushed your teeth, taken a shit, and gone shower. Then you're awake. But you were able to flip that light switch on. When there is no power, now, how are you going to ration your electricity? You have a generator, right? A gas generator. You only have so much gasoline. Go back to the previous comment. You have a solar generator, okay? Solar generators have a limited capacity. Is it really worth turning this light on? If you look around your house right now, I guarantee there is a light on or there is something on in your house right now that you could shut off and you wouldn't even notice it, okay? We have become, at least in the States, I'd say at least in the Western world as a whole, pretty wasteful as people. Like I said, leave lights on. Don't clean your plate at dinner. Throw out, we talked about yesterday about recycling stuff, throwing out things that are perfectly good rather than fixing them, okay? It's easier to, this doesn't work anymore, throw it out, I'll go to Walmart and buy another one, okay? Rather than spend an hour trying to fix it. I had that issue yesterday. Trust me, I was livid with made in China shit because I had 2 things yesterday made in China that I was working with, my lawn sweeper and my pressure washer. Both of them decided to go on the fritz yesterday. Am I going out and buying new ones? No, I will spend my day, once the sun comes up today, taking the damn things apart, trying to fix them, and see if I can make them work again. All right. Yes, I want to sweep up those grass clippings because I want them in my garden to create more compost. Yes, not wasting anything. I'm not even wasting my grass clippings. Okay, power washer. This is me working on that carrot bin I was telling you yesterday. But this is the thing. You're going to have to start learning now. You can always learn later. It's just going to be harder. But if you learn now a little bit how to ration, and I know some people will just say, well, that's saving. Yeah, okay. But it's going to be a whole lot different when the grid goes down, when the balloon goes up, when things get even crazier. Okay? When there isn't any more to get. We ration our money all the time. Gee, here's payday, and I've got $50 after paying my bills. How much do I put in gas? How much do I buy in the way of groceries? We're rationing that out. I need this amount of gasoline. I can spend this amount of food. You can't put it all in gas because then you don't eat. You can't put it all in food because then you don't go to work. Whatever. Start thinking about that on a grander scale. Like I said, rationing the food, how to save it, how to stretch the food out a little bit more. I'm not talking about go buy stuff off the dollar menu or buy the cheap crap. Of course, we're all buying generic whatever at this point at the grocery store because nobody can afford the name brand stuff. But, that's getting too expensive. So now, okay, maybe I forego the canned pears this week or whatever, just as an example. Think about now. Start putting into play now. If you're the one doing the cooking, I'll bet you, I use my spaghetti example. If you put 3/4 pound of ground beef in the spaghetti sauce as opposed to a pound and didn't tell anybody in the family, I will bet you nobody notices. And you just saved a 1/4 pound of meat. Do that 3 times, you've now got an extra meal of meat. Okay? Maybe there's a little bit more pasta in there. Maybe there's a little bit more sauce in there, whatever it would be. But start thinking about where you can save rather than what you can buy. Because eventually the stores are going to be gone. Or at least the stuff in the stores is going to be gone or too expensive to get. So if you ration what you have, either by choice or when you're forced to, you'll wind up surviving better than the people who are like, I'm having a spa day and, I'm just going to do whatever, this is normal life. I'll give you this real quick. There was a survey that was done. 38% of the American public is proud to be an American. That's scary. Now, this will really throw you on this one, though. Even with the debacle that is the Joe Biden presidency and Democrats running Congress, I believe it was 62% of Republicans were either extremely or very proud to be an American. It was less than half of Democrats, and they're the ones running the show right now. There are quite a few, over 10% of Democrats who were not proud at all to be an American. Got a great idea. Leave. Simple as that. Want population, depopulation? Good. There's some people that we can depopulate from the United States. Go to North Korea, whatever. We want to ration. We can ration people too. If you don't like it, if you don't want something, change it. Okay. But, excuse me, but rationing what you have will help you survive in the long haul. Because there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there, especially the ones who aren't proud to be an American, who aren't going to do squats. And they're going to be the ones that are the speed bump in history. We'll see you at lunch. Pinball out.